So here I have one constraint. Using this constraint, I can plot a graph. How do you solve the LPP with the help of a graphical method? That means x, y should be greater than or equal to 0. Above the constraint means it is minimization and below the constraint means it is maximization problem. Hello everyone, welcome back to my new session. I am Shweta, Computer Science faculty with Yashram First Grade College, Mysuru. So today I will start the second unit, Unit 2 in Operation Research. Already I have discussed some basic things in LPP, right? Linear Programming Problem. So today I will discuss the following topic called LPP by graphical method. Very interesting topic and very important topic. Easily you can score in graphical method. So graphical method is very simple. So LPP, already I have discussed about linear programming problem, right? Owing to the importance of linear programming models in various industries, many types of algorithms have been developed over the years to solve them. Famous mentions include the simplex method, the Hungarian approach and others. Here, we are going to concentrate on one of the most basic methods to handle a linear programming problem, that is the graphical method. In principle, this method works for almost all different types of problems but gets more and more difficult to solve when the number of decision variables and the constraints increases. Therefore, we will illustrate it in simple case, that is for two variables only. So, graphical methods is helpful for two variables only. So, let's get started with the graphical method. For simplifying the linear programming by graphical method, we have to use these steps. So, which are the steps we have to use? Step 1, formulate the LP, that is linear programming problems. First, you have to formulate the linear programming problem. So, already in my last session, I have discussed about LPP formulation, right? So, in LPP formulation, first we have to find the decision variables, then objective functions, then constraints and non-negativity constraints. So, using that LP model, we can construct a graphical method. So, what are the steps we have to use for constructing a graphical method? So, first we have to formulate the problem and construct a graph and plot the constraint lines. So, what are the examples for constraints? Example, x1 plus 3x2 less than or equal to 40. So, here I have one constraint. Using this constraint, I can plot a graph. This is an example I am telling. So, this is one constraints. Using these constraints, we can plot the constraint lines and determine the valid side of each constraint line. So, here we have to find the valid side of the each constraints. For every constraint, we will get 2 points. So, first we have to find valid side of each constraint line. So, after plot the constraint lines, we have to identify the feasible regions. So, here using two constraints, this is first constraint and this is second constraints. Using two constraints, I got an area called, so this is the position, this is a point. So, two lines are connected each other. So, this area is called as feasible region. So, next we have to identify the feasible solution and plot the objective function on the graph. So, using this objective function, that means max z is equal to 5x1 plus 3x2. So, this is an example for objective function. So, it is maximization or it can be minimization. In graphical method, we can plot the objective function on the graph and find the optimum profit. So, for maximization problem, you can find the optimum profit. So, how to find the optimum profit? So, this is called as feasible region. So, here 4 points are connected to getting the feasible region. So, this is called as corner points. Using this corner points, we can find the optimum point. So we have to use these steps for constructing a graphical method. What is the purpose of a graphical method? We use a graphical method of linear programming for solving the problems by finding out the maximum or lowermost point. Maximum or lowermost point. Using this graphical method, we can find out the maximum or lowermost point of the intersection on a graphical method between the objective function line and the feasible region. So, between the objective function and the feasible region, we can find the lowermost or maximum point. So, graphical method is useful for finding out the maximum or lowermost point of the intersection on a graph between the objective function and the feasible region. How do you solve the LPP with the help of a graphical method? So already I have told you that we have to use some important steps to solve a graphical method. We have already understood the mathematical formulation of an LPP in a previous section. Note that this is the most crucial step as all the subsequent depends on our analysis here. So first we have to formulate the LP problem. And the next step is make a graph and plot the constraint lines over there. The graph must be constructed in n dimensions where n is the number of decision variables. This should give you an idea about the complexity of these steps. And number of decision variables increases. So, in these steps you can find the number of decision variables. And the second step is plot the constraint lines. And the third step, determine the varied part of each constraint line. This is used to determine the domain of the available space, which can result in a feasible region. So easily you can determine whether the objective function takes on a physical solution or not. If yes, then the side of the constraint lines on which the origin lies is the valid side. In third step, we can determine the valid part of each constraint lines. And the next step is recognize the possible solution area. So in this step, easily you can recognize the possible solution area. That means easily you can find the feasible region. And place the objective function in the graph. So how to place the objective function in the graph? It will clearly be a straight line since we are dealing with linear equations here. So already you know about the linear equations. It will clearly be a straight line since we are dealing with linear equations here. One must be sure to draw it differently from the constraint lines to avoid confusion. Choose the constant value in the equation of the objective function randomly just to make it clearly distinguishable. So in fifth step, we can plot the objective function on the graph. And the last step, finally find out the optimum point. Already I have told you that. So using that corner points, we can find the optimum point. So these are the steps we have to use to solve LPP by graphical method. So now I will show you with an example. So this is an example for graphical method. So using this graph sheet, you can construct LPP by graphical method. So how to draw these graphs using this graph sheet? So linear programming problem is a real-time situation for some data. Already I have discussed about linear programming problem. So using LPP model, we can construct a graphical method. So this is an example for graphical method. So what is this lines and points and what is the region called as? I hope you have used this graph sheet in school days, right? So usually you will get 4 quadrants, right? So first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. Here you have 4 quadrants. To solve a graphical method, you need to use the second quadrant. So it will be a non-negative constraint. Here all the x and y variables should be non-negative. That means x, y should be greater than or equal to 0. So here we'll get all the possible points. So you can use this second quadrant to draw a graphical method. So you can use this second quadrant for designing the graph. So here I have x-axis, this is x-axis and this is y-axis. X-axis and y-axis. X and y. So after that, this is the region called 0. The point is 0. Using the constraint lines, you can find out the scale. So first find the scale, and so using maximum point, you can find out the scale value, and after that you just connect all the constraints. So this is for first constraint and this is for second constraints. So for first constraint you got a region, and for second constraint also you got one line. This is constraint lines. This is first constraint and this is second constraint. So here we have one connected point. So this region is called as, the common region is called as feasible region. So you have to shade this area, feasible area. You have to shade this feasible area. So after getting the feasible region, feasible point, you need to find the corner points. So here I have a corner points A, and this is B, and this is C, and this is D. So D is 0, 0, and here 0, 50, and B is 20, 30, and C is 30, 0. So after getting the feasible region, you have to shade the feasible region and you will get the corner points. You will get 4 corner points. Using these corner points, you can find the maximum value or minimum point. Maximum or minimum value you will get using this corner point. Here, how to find the region, feasible region? You have 2 constraints lines. The connected point and below the constraint lines you have to shade it. Connected point with below the region, towards the region. So this is a region, towards the region you need to find the feasible shaded area. So this is your shaded area because it's towards the region. If it is minimization problem, sometimes you will get above the region. Above the constraints you will get the feasible region, and for maximization below the constraint you will get the feasible region. Please keep in mind, for maximization problem usually you will get towards the region, and for minimization above the constraints. So shaded area should come to the above the constraint, and for maximization below the constraint. So in problems I will explain it in detail. So this is a structure of graphical method. So using the corner points we can find the optimum point, and we can draw a constraint lines, and we can find the maximum value using this graphical method. So now I will show you the feasible region. So here I have 3 constraints lines. So the common region is, this is the common point for connecting the 3 constraint lines. So towards the region means it is, so it is 0. Towards means it is below the constraint. This region is called as feasible region, below the constraint. So if it is minimization, you will not get the common point, and that will be the outside the regions. That means above the constraints. Above the constraint means it is minimization, and below the constraint means it is maximization problem. So this is called as feasible region. And what is the meaning of, so what is this corner points? So after getting the feasible region, we will get the corner points. That is very important. So this is my corner point, this is corner point, this is corner point, and this is corner point. So here I have 4 corner points, A, B, C, D. So I will consider A, B, C, D, or A, B, C, D, or A, B, C, D. So you can take anything A, B, C, D. So here I have 4 corner points. Using this corner points, you can find the maximum value. So this is a structure of graphical methods. Here I have a constraint, first constraint, and this is second constraint, and this is feasible region. For constructing a graphical method, we have to use some steps. Let's get started with an example. This is my question. So here I have a question with table. So first we have to find the LP model. So here a furniture company produces in the sense it is maximization problem. First you have to see the question properly. If you get any produces, creates and manufactures, so easily you can find it is maximization problem. A furniture company produces inexpensive tables and chairs. So here we have two products, tables and chairs. So what are the hours required to make one unit? So here we have some given data. First write all the given data and department. So in this question already we have this table. So using this table we can construct LP model. How to construct LP model? We have profit here. Profit is 7, 5. So here I will use the decision variable as X and Y. Decision variable. So how to construct the LP model? LP model. So first we have to write the objective function. So what is the objective function? It is maximization problem. Max Z is equal to profit is 7 and 5. I will use 7x plus 5y. 7x plus 5y. This is my objective function. And again we have availability for this carpentry and painting. So constraints subject to constraint is 4x plus 3y. So it is maximization problem. So it is less than or equal to 240 availability. Available hours for carpentry and painting. And the second constraint is 2 and 1. 2x plus y less than or equal to 100. So here we have two constraints. 4x plus 3y less than or equal to 240. 2x plus y less than or equal to 100. So usually where x comma y greater than or equal to 0, it is non-negativity constraint. Non-negativity constraints. So this is your LP model. Using this LP model, we can construct a graphical method. So using this LPP, we can construct a graphical method. So already I have explained about the steps to construct a graphical method, right? So using this LPP, easily we can construct a graphical method. So using this LPP, we can construct a graphical method. Let's understand with an example. So here, maximize, max Z is equal to 7x plus 5y. So here, P is equal to profit is equal to, or you can take max Z also. P is equal to 7x plus 5y, and we have two constraints. Same question, same LPP I am using to construct the graphical method. Here we have two constraints, that is 4x plus 3y less than or equal to 240 and 2x plus y less than or equal to 100. We have two constraints and we have two decision variables x and y. So using this LP model, how to construct a graphical method? So here we have objective function and these two are constraints, and this is non-negativity constraint, right? So here we have two constraints, right? So first I will convert this inequality into equality. So what is this inequality? In constraints you have less than or equal to 240, less than or equal to 100. So that is called as inequalities. That I will convert it into equation or equalities. So 4x plus 3y is equal to 240. So this inequality I have changed into equality, or it's an equation. So I will consider it as equation 1. So first step is, first you have to change Inequality into equality or inequality into equation. So next is 2x plus y is equal to 100. So this is equation number 2. So inequality have converted into equality. This is the first step. All the inequalities should be in a equation. Inequality into equality, inequality into equality. So we have two equations, equation number 1 and equation number 2. So after getting these equations, what you should do is, so here we have to find the points. First I will put x is equal to 0. X is equal to 0 means 0 into 4 is 0 only, and 3y is equal to 240. So 0 plus 3y. 4 into 0 is 0. 0 plus 3y is equal to 240. So here we have to find the value of y. Y is equal to 240 divided by 3. So what is 240 by 3? It is 80. So y is equal to 80. From where you got this point y is equal to 80? From x value you got this y value, right? So the first point is 0, 80. So first point is 0, 80. So first you have to write the x value and write this y value. So this is a point. So first point we got 0, 80. In first step, I have put x is equal to 0. In the next step, put y is equal to 0 to this equation. First step is put x is equal to 0 and next step is put y is equal to 0. Y is equal to 0 means 3 into 0 is 0 only. So 4x plus 0 is equal to 240. So 4x is equal to 240. X is equal to 240 by 4. 60. X is equal to 60. So from where you got this point x is equal to 0? From y is equal to 0. So second point is x value is 60 and y value is 0. So first you have to write the x point and y point. So from first equation we got 2 points called A and B. From first, so A of 0, 80 and B is 60, 80. So from first equation we got 2 points, that is A of 0 and 80, B of 60, 0. This is very important. And in second equation, using this second equation, I will find C and D. So first I will put x is equal to 0. X is equal to 0 means 0 into 2 is 0 and y is equal to 100. So point value is 0, 100. This is a third point. And put y is equal to 0. Put y is equal to 0. Then 2x plus 0 is equal to 100. 2x is equal to 100. X is equal to 100 by 2 is equal to 50. So now point D is 50, 0. So from equation 1 and 2 we got 4 points. Then write the points value. A of 0, 80 and B 60, 0, C 0, 100 and D 50, 0. Using these points, we can construct constraint lines. So let's use a graph sheet and we'll construct. So this is a graph sheet. So using graph sheet, you can construct a constraint lines and feasible region. So first I will take this region and this is x and this is y. X and y. So this is 0. The region is 0. So here, first I will consider the scale. So first I need to find the maximum value in this. So first I have to find the maximum value in this point. So here the maximum value is 100 and next 80, 60, 50. So using this maximum value, we can find the scale point. So using the maximum point, I can draw a scale. So here I will take 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and 100. Here also I will write the scale point 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and 100. So after drawing this maximum value, we have to find the scale. Scale 1 unit is equal to, I have taken 10, 10, 10 centimeter, 10 centimeter. So now we'll find the point value and we'll draw a constraint lines. So first point is 0, 80. So 0 is in x position, x axis is 0 and 80 is y axis, 0, 80. And the next point is, point B is 60, 0. 60, x value is 60 and y is 0. 60, we got 2 points called 0, 80 and 60, 0. You just connect these two lines. Have connected these points. 2 points have connected 0, 80 and 60, 0. And next we'll see the third point 0, 100. 0, 100. 0, 100. And the fourth point is 50, 0. 50, 50, 0. So now connect these 2 points. So here I have connected 2 constraint lines. So this is first constraint. So constraint is 4x plus 3y less than or equal to 240. 4x plus 3y less than or equal to 240. The second constraint is 2x plus y less than or equal to 100. So this is the second constraint, 2x plus y less than or equal to 100. So we got constraint lines. So next is, you just see the constraint lines. So here we got a common region. You just observe these 2 lines. We have connected point here. So below the constraint means, so this common region below the constraint means this area. So you need to shade only this area. This is called as feasible region. Feasible region. For connecting this feasible region, we have to find the common point for both the constraints. So here we got a feasible region. So after getting this feasible region, we have to observe the corner points. Here I have 4 corner points. Now let's see the corner points. So this is 0, 0. This is A. I will consider this is A. And this is B, 0, 80. 0, 80. The second corner point. And this is C. C means it is 50 and 45. 45, 50. X axis is 45. So this point and this point, we got a feasible region. So this is 45 and this is 50. So C is 45 and 50 and D is 50, 0. So we got 4 corner points. A of 0, 0, B of 0, 80 and C of 45, 50 and D of 50, 0. So using these corner points, these are the corner points. So using these corner points, we can find the maximum value. So optimum point we can find using this corner points. let's find the corner points now. So here, using the Z max objective function. So Z max means it is objective function. So maximize profit P is equal to 7x plus 5y. This is my objective function. So using this objective function, we can find the optimum solution. So first corner point is 0, 0. So A of 0, 0. And second corner point is 0, 80. And the third one is 45, 50. 45, 50, and the last one is 50, 0. So using these corner points, we can find the maximum value. So substitute x value and y value to this objective function. So 7 into 0 plus 5 into 0. So it is 0 only. And x is equal to 0, y is equal to 80. 7 into 0 plus 5 into 80. So it is 0 and 5 into 8 is 400. And 7 into 45 plus 5 into 50. So 7 into 45 means it is 315 plus 5 into 50 is 250. So 250 plus 315 means it is 565. And the last point is x is equal to 50. So 7 into 50 plus 5 into 0. So 350. So out of these four values, so which is a maximum? A is equal to 0. So for point B, we got 400. For point C, we got 565. And for point D, we got 350. So out of these four values, so which is a maximum value? So maximum value is 565. So this is a maximum value. So from point 45, x is equal to 45 and y is equal to 50. From x is equal to 45 and y is equal to 50, we got a highest value. We got a maximum value at this point. X is equal to 45 and y is equal to 50. So from C, point C, that value is x is equal to 45, y is equal to 50. We got a maximum value. So finally, you need to write the maximum value is equal to 565 at the points x is equal to 45 and y is equal to 50. So this is called as optimum value. So using the graphical method, we got a corner points. So from corner points, we can find the maximum value. So here 565 is a maximum value at this point 45 and 50. So this is about graphical method. So one simple example I have explained today. So in my next session, I will explain in detail. Thank you.